In this video, from my series of some of my favorite new features with macOS Sonoma, we're going to look at how you can click the wallpaper or desktop picture on the Mac and then have it show your desktop. It's going to hide all of your windows on your Mac and show your desktop. Let's take a look at this favorite new feature of mine on the Mac. Let's go to my Mac. Now, if we look at my Mac here, this is a MacBook Air and it's running macOS Sonoma. I have several items on my desktop. This is typically how I will work. I even have a work in process folder. I will typically store files on my desktop. They're easy to get at. Well, most of the time. When aren't they easy to get at? When you have a number of windows open. Let's go ahead and open up a few windows. This is typically how we will work. I'm going to open up Safari. Let's open up a couple more windows of Safari. And now let's go and open up my calendar. We're going to go and open up my notes. And let's go and take a look at my messages. So this is typically how we will work, right? We have a lot of windows open. Now, how do I get to that desktop? Maybe I want to get at one of those PDFs. How can I do that? Well, in the past, what you had to do is hide all of the apps, or you had to open up the desktop folder in a separate window. Well, with macOS Sonoma, all we have to do is just find a spot where we can see our desktop picture or wallpaper. Apple is now calling it the wallpaper. If we go over to the right, you can see my desktop picture here peeking through. So now all I need to do is just click on this and watch what happens. I click on that desktop picture or wallpaper, everything moves away. I can get at my desktop here. I can open up my work in process. I want to show all of my windows again. All I have to do is just click on the desktop again, and all of my windows go back. So if I'm working in an app here, let's go ahead and move these around. You're working away and you need to get at the desktop. I have my work in process here, but I want to get at one of those PDFs. Move my cursor to where the wallpaper is showing. Click on it, and I can get at these documents. Click on the wallpaper again, and it brings all the windows back. Now, what happens if you wanted to drag a document from that desktop and place it into an app? Let's go over to my notes. Let's say I wanted to place one of those documents in this note. How can I do that? When I click on this, it shows my documents. That's great. I can grab one of these, but now how do I bring it back to that notes? Well, there's two ways to do this. I can copy and paste, and then I can also use the app switcher. Copy and paste is what we're going to look at first. So basically all I have to do is just copy this. So I have it selected, Command-C to copy it. So now it's copied in the clipboard. And now I just click on the wallpaper again. I click in here, and I go Command-V for paste. And there is that PDF. It pasted it in there. So I can use copy and paste. That might be the easiest way to do that. But I'm going to show you a little more advanced technique. We can also use the app switcher. So I'm going to delete this, and we're going to add it in there. Let's just go and create a new note. So now I have a blank note here. I want to do the same thing, but we're not going to use copy and paste. I'm going to use the app switcher, which is Command-Tab. If you're not familiar with the app switcher, if I hold down the Command key and the Tab key, I can see all of my open apps. And when I hit the Tab key, it's rotating through those apps. When I stop, it'll go to that app. So if I stop on Safari here, what it's going to do is open up Safari. Command-Tab to Notes. It stopped on Notes. Let go. And now we're in my Notes app. So that's how the Command-Tab works to switch between our apps. It's something that I use on a daily basis. Well, when we use the click on the wallpaper with it, what we're able to do is actually drag a document. So I'm going to go to this membership economy here. I have it selected. Now what we need to do is just need to drag it. So I'm just going to drag it out here. That's it. I'm just dragging it. Now if I use that Command-Tab, so I hold down the Command key and Tab until I get to my notes. So I'm just rotating through them. So let's go to Notes. I let go. Look what I can do. Drag it. Let's go and do that again. We're going to use one of the images. A new note here. What I would like to do is take one of my images here. I'm going to click to the right here. Let's go with this image here. What I like to do is just click and drag, just move it away a little bit. So now we have it. It's like we're grabbing onto that image. Command Tab until I get to the notes. And all I have to do is let go. And now that is in there. So we can even use that little trick to click and show the wallpaper or desktop to grab files and bring them into an app. Now there is a setting for this. If you don't want to use this, all you have to do is go over to your system settings. You may not want to use this. Maybe this gets in the way when you click on the desktop. If you don't work with a lot of windows, that can get a little odd because every time you click on the desktop, everything moves away. So there may be a reason why you may not want to use this. Well, if you don't want to use it, all you have to do is just go over to your system settings here. And then we go over to our desktop and dock. And you're going to see click wallpaper to show. And by default, it is set to always. All you have to do is just set it to work only with Stage Manager. This is actually a feature of Stage Manager. So you need to have it on at least with Stage Manager. So I just select this, and if I am not using Stage Manager, then it will not work. I'm clicking on the desktop, it doesn't do anything. But what I would recommend doing is giving it a shot once you download macOS Sonoma. See if you like it. I think it works pretty good. I just go to always, I just click anywhere on here. I can show my desktop, click again, and my windows come back. So that is one of my favorite new features with macOS Sonoma. Another one of my favorite new features with macOS Sonoma. Apple didn't introduce a lot of features with macOS Sonoma, but what they did introduce are pretty good, including this one here. All you have to do to hide all of your windows is just click on that wallpaper or desktop picture, and then all the windows will move back. You can work with your documents on the desktop. You can open them up. You can open up folders. And then when you want to bring all your windows back, you just click on that desktop picture or wallpaper again, and all your windows come back. So that is how we can show our desktop just by clicking on our wallpaper or desktop picture on the Mac with macOS Sonoma.